From a farmer who ate raw meat, to a chef who shocked Gordon Ramsay with wild accusations. These are the most bizarre contestants from Hell's Kitchen, starting with Season 7's Andrew Forster, whose dinner confession left Gordon questioning if he was hosting a cooking show or a crime documentary. During the signature dish challenge, he served steak tartare while casually explaining his unique lifestyle.
I guess the inspiration from that came from the fact that I've raised and butchered my own animals. And I like to eat them raw.
As if that wasn't disturbing enough, Andrew announced his grand plan if he won Hell's Kitchen.
When I win this competition, I'm gonna buy 2 walk-in coolers. That's all I really want, is 2 walk-in coolers.
Gordon immediately dubbed him the Hannibal Lecter of Hell's Kitchen. But Andrew's weirdness was just getting started. Things went from bad to worse during his second service. Working at the garnish station, Andrew began talking to himself while aggressively pushing teammates away.
Andrew was doing great on garnishes, and then all of a sudden he'd flipped his lid, started talking like a maniac.
What do you need?
When his mashed potatoes came back too runny, Andrew made a decision that defied all logic. He mixed the rejected batch with fresh potatoes, creating an even bigger mess. When Gordon questioned this brilliant idea, Andrew doubled down, arguing with the world's most famous chef about basic cooking.
You think this is funny, don't you?
No, I don't think this
So
is...
we're serving liquid fucking mashed potatoes?
Gordon's patience snapped. After calling Andrew an idiot and explaining why his logic made no sense, he kicked him out of the kitchen. But Andrew wasn't done.
I'm fucking losing my temper with you. Say that again?
So now I've got to take it out of the saute.
Yeah, come here, you. Get out.
Instead of waiting in the back like every other eliminated contestant, Andrew walked into the dining room and decided he was done. Jean-Philippe tried convincing him to stay, explaining that people would kill for his opportunity. But Andrew kicked off his shoes and said this.
You know what? Take my shoes, Jake. I don't need this. I'm walking out these doors.
To this day, he's the only contestant in Hell's Kitchen history to exit through the customer entrance.
Chef Ramsay got pissed at me. I'm sure he looks at me as a little prick. You know, whatever. I don't really care what Chef Ramsay thinks of me. I'm done. You have a nice day.
While Andrew walked out the front door with his dignity intact, our next contestant's exit attempt became one of the most heartbreaking moments in Hell's Kitchen history. From the moment Dewberry walked into Hell's Kitchen, something seemed off. He nearly tripped walking down a step during introductions, setting the tone for his unsteady performance.
And first name?
Dewberry.
Blueberry.
Dewberry.
Oh, Dewberry.
Yes.
His signature dish challenge was a disaster. Dewberry served baked spaghetti that Gordon compared to children's food, with pasta so overcooked it barely held together. During the first dinner service, Gordon absolutely dug into Dewberry.
Yeah. Get out of the way. Like one big fucking overgrown muffin. Just standing there. Can you help them a little bit, no?
Despite this humiliation, Dewberry somehow survived elimination, though he was shocked to even be nominated. Episode 2 is where Dewberry's Hell's Kitchen story took its most dramatic turn. During the dinner service, Dewberry started strong on appetizers, with his spaghetti dishes, but when he moved to the meat station, everything fell apart. His Wellingtons kept coming back raw, while his confidence crumbled. The pressure mounted until Dewberry reached his breaking point. He walked up to Gordon and delivered words that would haunt him.
I'm confused. I don't know what I'm doing. The only thing I mastered tonight was cooking spaghetti. Thank God I could do one thing.
When Gordon called him useless, something snapped. Dewberry started walking toward the kitchen exit, ready to abandon his team mid-service.
You're useless, you know that?
I am. Goodbye.
Goodbye. That's it.
But then Dewberry saw Elsie's face. The disappointment and desperation in her expression stopped him. He turned around and returned to his station. But the damage was done. Gordon immediately called him out.
And I looked across and saw Elsie and saw the look on her face. I couldn't walk out. I couldn't.
The consequences of Dewberry's near quit were catastrophic. His struggles on the meat station became so severe that customers actually ordered pizza to be delivered to Hell's Kitchen. During elimination, Dewberry knew his fate was sealed. He tried arguing that he had some decent moments, but his near walkout was unforgivable. Gordon's elimination speech was definitive.
I'm looking for someone who can weather the storm, inspire individuals, stand as a great leader. That clearly is not Dewberry.
However, Dewberry's story didn't end there. He returned for the finale when Mary Ellen couldn't make it, becoming Ralph's final pick. During the finale's service, Dewberry had another dramatic moment when he nearly passed out at the fish station.
I hate to tell you this, but I think I'm fixing to pass out. Don't let me.
All right, don't do it. Take some water.
But this time, Dewberry didn't quit. When Andrew came to check on him, he declared, "I would not leave," and returned to finish service. Ralph even called him his Rock of Gibraltar, though Dewberry joked.
I'd rather you be saying I was Brad Pitt's wife.
Dewberry's near walkout showed what happens when pressure breaks a chef's spirit. But our next contestant brought something to Hell's Kitchen that no one saw coming, and it wasn't her cooking skills. Gina arrived in season 11, declaring herself a full-blooded Sicilian who would knock down anyone who disrespected her.
My name is Alfredo Al Dente. Gordon, what the hell kind of name is that shit?
But her tough girl image cracked the moment she returned from the reward challenge and made an announcement that left everyone speechless. The red team's reaction was immediate horror. Here they were, trying to study for opening night in one of television's most intense cooking competitions, and their teammate was introducing them to her puppet friend. The intervention that followed was brutal. Her teammates made it clear the puppet wasn't welcome.
I get along with everyone. I'm the person that makes everybody laugh all the time. These girls kind of look up to me.
Gina said, still not grasping why bringing a puppet to Hell's Kitchen might be inappropriate. The next morning revealed an even stranger side of Gina. She woke up claiming every part of her body was sore, asking if someone had put something in her orange juice. Her behavior became increasingly erratic. She couldn't focus, didn't know where she was, and seemed completely lost.
I'm standing there and I'm trying to focus, and I felt like I was just gonna drop on the floor.
The scene was surreal. While her teammates prepped for service, Gina sat in the back store with a medic, crying and struggling to answer basic questions about where she was. Her team showed zero sympathy, convinced she was faking it to avoid work.
And I was getting overwhelmed.
Okay, you're not dizzy or anything.
No, I just don't want to be in the kitchen.
She retreated to the dorms to make coffee and apply makeup while her team worked without her. When she finally returned, Jacqueline's response was devastating.
All right, Jacqueline, so what did I miss?
What you missed? Missed everything.
During service, Gina was assigned to the fish station with Mary, but things didn't go well.
Where's the ones that flip the scallops with?
Did she really just ask that? What followed was a masterclass in how to turn success into disaster. Gina's constant flipping annoyed everyone, but somehow her first batch of scallops was perfect. Gordon actually complimented them, shocking the entire team.
Excellent. Thank you.
Told you I can cook scallop.
But success poisoned her judgment. She became obsessed with timing, constantly pestering Nedra for updates. When Nedra said she needed 2 more minutes on the risotto, Gina ignored her and fired the scallops anyway. They came back overcooked and watery. Her next attempt was even worse. Rubbery disasters that made Gordon shake his head.
You can't even hold it together for the second ticket. Get out, Gina.
Back in the dorms, Gina exploded.
You're dealing with the wrong person.
Yes, I'm dealing with a crazy, deranged person.
The argument reached its climax when Gina stormed to her bedroom, mocking Nedra's complaints about being thrown under the bus. She slammed the door with such force that she literally broke the ceiling.
Oh my God, she just broke the ceiling.
Everyone burst into laughter despite the tension. Even in Hell's Kitchen, breaking the actual building was a new level of drama. The next morning brought army soldiers delivering a brutal wake-up call. Instead of motivating Gina, the screaming pushed her over the edge. She was done with her teammates, done with the competition, done with everything. When Gordon lined everyone up for the next challenge, Gina shocked everyone.
Excuse me, Chef. I have something to say. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be staying here for this challenge. I'm going to be leaving.
Gordon asked if she was really throwing in the towel that quickly. Gina cited personal issues and demanded to leave immediately. Gordon granted her request without argument. Gina packed her bags, grabbed Alfredo Al Dente, and walked out the delivery door. Gina's puppet-induced chaos was pure entertainment, but her next contestant's meltdown ended with an accusation so shocking it left Gordon speechless for the first time in his career. In Hell's Kitchen history, few contestants have been as memorable as Keith Greene from Season 2. Known for his sagging pants, K-Grease persona, and one of the most shocking accusations ever hurled at Gordon Ramsay, Keith's journey became legendary for all the right and wrong reasons.
It was an honor for him to recognize some talent in K-Grease.
Despite his unconventional style, Keith proved he could cook. His seafood risottos became legendary, earning consistent praise from Gordon. Keith systematically outlasted every male competitor, earning his spot among the final 3.
I'm a pimp, son. What can you expect? I had to get rid of the dudes.
The Las Vegas Reward Challenge became Keith's crowning moment. His veal chop stuffed with wild mushrooms earned him a trip to see the future restaurant location. Standing in that space, visualizing his dream come true, Keith was more motivated than ever. But success created a fatal blind spot.
Yeah, sure.
The quicker you get rid of that attitude, you're gonna shine.
Keith's downfall came during the final 3 service, when he was tasked with running the pass. Despite his cooking brilliance, leadership exposed his weakness. He struggled to command the brigade, speaking too softly and lacking the assertiveness needed to control the kitchen. When Heather asked if he had some balls and took over timing, Keith's pride was wounded. He refused to change who he was.
I'm not gonna change who I am. Who says you have to be a dick to be a chef?
Gordon's frustration mounted as Keith's poor leadership led to only 25 tables getting served. When Keith sent up unacceptable risotto and refused to make eye contact, Gordon's patience snapped.
I'm sorry, Chef. Well, you're not, because it's the attitude that stinks, and I don't want any more fucking arguing. Just 2 risottos, and we can continue, yes? I'll fucking kick you out right now. I won't wait till the end of service. He was pushed.
But Keith didn't take the threat seriously enough. After being sent home, he stood before Gordon and delivered words that still echo in Hell's Kitchen history.
I personally don't think you're ready to lead.
I personally think that you have a hard-on for Virginia.
The accusation was insane. Keith genuinely believed Gordon was keeping Virginia because he was attracted to her, not because of her cooking. But Chef Ramsay isn't one to hold back and let people disrespect him.
I definitely know I've made the right decision. So your attitude does stink.
Keith had crossed a line no contestant had crossed before. In his exit interview, Keith maintained he was a better leader than anybody, despite clear evidence to the contrary. His inability to accept criticism or acknowledge his weaknesses had ultimately cost him the competition.
So you're telling me that Virginia is a better leader than me?
Surprisingly, Keith did return for the finale. Chosen first by Virginia, he openly stated he didn't think she deserved to be there. His attitude throughout the final service showed he hadn't learned anything from his elimination. Even after Virginia lost, Keith's bitterness remained. He only cared about the $1,000 she promised him, showing his priorities hadn't changed one bit. Tragically, Keith passed away in 2012 after drowning during a morning swim. His death reminded everyone that beneath the swagger and controversy was a talented chef who had dreams and a family who loved him. Now, Keith's controversial exit made headlines, but sometimes the most unforgettable contestants aren't the ones who explode. They're the ones with habits so bizarre they become strangely endearing. Mary arrived as a professional butcher from Massachusetts, immediately setting herself apart with disturbing enthusiasm for her craft.
It would be terrible to have to hack up a cow on a beautiful day like this, but I'm not gonna lie, hacking up a cow sounds like fun too.
Her signature dish was a disaster, undercooked duck with raw fat that Gordon said she definitely butchered. But Mary's real trademark emerged during service, her tongue constantly sticking out while she concentrated.
The duck is still raw in the middle. Well, congratulations, you certainly butchered your dish.
Throughout the competition, Mary's tongue became a running joke. Every time she focused intensely, out came the tongue. Teammates constantly told her to put it back in, with Gordon once comparing her to something from The Shining, and telling her she was spooking him.
Chef, I can't work with my tongue in. It's just how it is.
Mary would argue when called out, but the tongue had a mind of its own.
Mary focuses so hard. She just can't help but have her tongue start to slowly creep out of her mouth,
Despite her bizarre habits, Mary proved she could cook. Her journey from early elimination nominee to finalist was unprecedented. She was nominated 4 times in the first 6 services, but kept fighting back. The turning point came when Gordon put her on probation. She had to earn her jacket back, or go home. Mary delivered.
Risotto delicious, get your jacket on.
Thank you, Chef!
Madam, now that you've got it, keep hold of it.
Yes, Chef!
Mary's finale run was legendary.
And I don't want, I'm not babysitting anybody.
Yeah.
If I get another cold steak, you're leaving the kitchen, you hear me?
Chef.
Though she lost to Janelle, Mary always stayed in good spirits. And while Mary's tongue-out focus became a beloved quirk, our final contestant proved that Hell's Kitchen fame can lead to places no one expects, including the front page of TMZ. Season 2's Sara Horowitz made her mark with southern sass and a memorable elimination line. But her journey after Hell's Kitchen took some unexpected turns that made headlines for all the wrong reasons.
Sara, don't you dare sabotage this service.
No, Chef.
So far, it's been immaculate.
Yes, Chef.
Sara's Hell's Kitchen run was defined by sabotage and attitude. She deliberately destroyed Virginia's dishes, laughing as her teammate got blamed by Gordon. Her elimination came after a disastrous fish station performance, where she ran out of salmon mid-service. Her parting words to Gordon became legendary.
Kiss my grits, Chef.
Your grits.
Kiss my grits.
It was pure Texas defiance that perfectly captured her personality. After Hell's Kitchen, Sara landed the ultimate gig. She became Justin Bieber's tour chef during his peak fame years. Traveling the world, cooking for one of the biggest pop stars on the planet seemed like the perfect redemption story. She also appeared on Best in Smoke, showcasing her barbecue skills and proving she could compete beyond Hell's Kitchen.
My name is Chef Sara. I'm from Texas. I'm a pitmaster, and I'm not your mama.
But Sara's celebrity chef lifestyle came crashing down in 2013. TMZ reported her arrest for assaulting her partner, a local weatherman, during a heated argument. The arrest marked a dramatic fall from grace for someone who had worked her way up from deli manager to cooking for A-list celebrities. Despite the controversy, Sara rebuilt her career in the catering world. She now tours restaurants across the country for catering events, bringing her culinary skills to various locations.